Hello, welcome back to part two of this high ticket offer situation. The first one had a bit of a rushed ending because I could see the time going and I didn't want you to miss out on the stuff. I didn't want to scrimp and save on the information. So here we are back for part two. I was continuing on from saying you need to cleanly and concisely convey that you can deliver. If somebody is in the market to spend a lot of money, most people at this age and stage don't just fritter money away. They don't just spend and go, whatever. I mean, they might do on like a couple of rounds of drinks when they've had a lot of drinks already and be like, oh, whoa, how much did I spend? I didn't mean to spend this. But most people, when they are making business investments, when they are spending money, they're investing in themselves, they're really going to think about it. They're not just going, oh, well, the countdown timer says that my time is running out. Quick, I better do something. People are not spending like that in 2026. So what you rather need to do is you need to be able to convey in this high ticket conversation, whether this is through your sales page, whether this is through a challenge, whether this is through your content, whether this is through a one-on-one conversation, whether you go in and pitch. I want you to look at, I think there's 5 P's. Yes. I want you to show what your process is. How are you going to guide somebody from where they are right now to where they want to get to? How do you work? How does this all come together? And I remember this a couple of years ago when we instructed a scaffolding company and a roofing company. The companies that we went for in the end were the ones that were very straightforward about the process. And one of the things that the builder said was, we can bring our own scaffolding, So the scaffolding's only going to be up for as long as we're up on the roof. And I thought that was, maybe this is what happens all the time. And I'm going, whoa, this is amazing. But it made so much sense to me. There was going to be no point like booking scaffolding for 4 months if they were only going to be up there for 2 days. So thinking about that process, making sure you outline it all. What happens next? When do you pay the deposit? What are the deliverables? What's happening in here? Because when somebody has that process, it's easy for them to say yes or for them to say no. Number 2, being really clear about your pricing and being okay with all the communication around that. One of the biggest things that people struggle with in high ticket selling is being able to say the price, is being able to communicate in that way, because they haven't done that inner work. They haven't practiced that process at home. I want you to get really comfortable talking about money and then receiving money. Number 3, I would love you to really incorporate your personality here. How are you going to bring yourself to the table? What do they get from choosing you? When they could choose so many other people, what are going to be the Brucey bonuses that they are going to receive by picking you? Number 4, your professional practices and standards. Now, you may want to incorporate other results that you've had at this stage. Maybe you want to talk about client testimonials. Maybe you want to give details in what people have come to you for in the past or where your work's been seen. People want that sense of like proof that it works. So when you're thinking about your professional self, it's about operating from that 360 personal brand. Also, that means being congruent and in alignment. So if you are really riding on all your past successes, make sure you're still showing up on time and doing the things. And finally, how you can show that you're really proficient, that you are the person for the job, that you have inside knowledge. Now, one of the ways that I do this, especially in terms of my personal brand, is that I am always talking about the fact that I am a personal brand, teaching personal branding. So the experience and the storytelling and the analogies that I give, they come from a real place. It's not like I've just read a book on personal branding and I'm extracting that information and then delivering it to you. I will always use real life examples so I can give that added extra in the process. Number 5. I would love you to think about the excellence that you need to deliver in order to charge and justify those prices that you want to charge. And here's the thing. And we have to remind ourselves of this, especially in this climate right now where cost of living and people are holding back, and like you switch on the news and it's all very negative. There are some people out there who literally have no money, worries, concerns, anxieties. They literally want what you have, and for it to be a brilliant, excellent experience, so they receive all the goods. So when we are talking about that, here are some things I would like you to consider. What would be the bespoke version that you would offer to clients? What are the parts of the process that you would like to really incorporate? So let's take a haircut, for example. You might be somebody in a high-end salon and you know that you do the best blow dries in town. You know that you are excellent with a hairdryer. However, so many of your clients are going to come in with different versions of a blow dry. Like my hair is different to my friends, for example, who have this like wavy little cute straight bob situation. So you need to not only show that yes, you're a great blow dryer, but you're going to tweak it accordingly so you meet your clients' expectations. The second thing I want you to think about is, what does the detail look like for you? What is going to be your way of really showing that you've paid attention? How can you get into the detail? Because we've all been on the other end of an experience where we just feel like, I don't know, somebody's rushed through the process, or we've gone out for a dinner and they're almost, you can almost see them like, this table's got 10 minutes before we have to chuck them out. So let's quickly, do you want some pudding? No? Okay, great. And then they take the menus. How can you really focus on the detail here? How can you bring care? People at this stage, and especially people who are spending lots of money, they want to feel taken care of. They want to feel in safe hands. They want to feel reassured that they've made a cracking decision here. Communication. How do your people like to be communicated with? How can you support them through that process? And finally, how can you bring the unexpected to the expected? How can you add bonuses and extras and little treats? Remember, it's not just about giving clients and customers and audience that are yet to come in a bonus or a discount or something just to get them in. It's about treating your clients that are here and that have said yes and paid you money. Give them the special treatment as well. Show them what you are made of. Show them you at your best. Because guess what? When they have a great experience, they are going to talk about it so much. Finally, do what you say you're going to do. There have unfortunately been times where I've spent a lot of money on something and it's just not been that great. And it feels even more disappointing if you've saved and thought about spending this money only for it to be a disappointment. If you want to find out more, we go into this in Create Your Income Pie. There are 3 ways to join. I would love to help and support you. Do check out the link down below and make sure you add magic at checkout so you can save 20%. Lots of love.